Hi, I'm Heather Linstad, proud CHS alumni from the class of 1985, and now the Capital Campaign Director for the Chelmsford High School Alumni Association. Today I'm joined by Principal Steve Murray, class of 1988, and a Hall of Fame induction member in 2014. So welcome today to talk about everything Chelmsford.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
As a student athlete, I mean, and just being part of Chelmsford, we all talk about now coming back as alum and those kind of things. Talk about one of your fondest memories of Chelmsford High School.
I'd say my fondest memory in Chelmsford High School, and it's going to definitely show my age, was going on Saturday afternoons to the football games. We didn't have lights at the time, and it was a whole town feel. It was similar to what you'd see in the July 4th when they had the booths up there. Everyone went to the games. It was Sunday afternoon. You didn't have other competing sports. You went down there, you had your hot dogs, you saw a great game. It was in the 80s. The football team was fantastic. And I used to love that. We used to ride our bike down there. And I remember doing that from grade 6th grade through 9th until I got to high school itself and found car rides. But I love that. It was great.
And I think that we're doing everything we can right now.
So true.
The athletic department is doing very well, and the
Awesome.
football team is bouncing back. And but there'll never be anything like Thanksgiving Day, too.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's huge. I mean, it's amazing with these towns, these rivalries who've held on for so many decades, and it's special.
Yeah.
You don't have that in a lot of other towns that it keeps going and going. I love it.
Yeah. And so now, though, you're in education. Did something stem from being an alum of Chelmsford High School that drove you to profession now, or what do you think it was?
You know, it was two teachers, and I said it during my Hall of Fame induction. There were two teachers who really inspired me, and they were high school. One was Sandy Taylor, and the other one was Mr. Mulkern, Jack Mulkern, and she was my English teacher. He was my social studies, and the way they taught us, it made education so much fun and so engaging. She had it was always a give and take. Jack Mulkern always had us thinking. He never gave us the answer. It drove me nuts at times. But then I learned the reason why. It was the exploration, it was the engagement, it was the asking questions, and that's what got me excited, and that's why I went to a history degree, and that's I knew I wanted to go to teaching from there.
Yeah. But then it comes full circle, and then all of a sudden they give you the call and they say, we want to induct you into the Hall of Fame. And what was that like? Was there one word that like, you know, that comes to mind, or how you felt? Or?
It was a hyphenated word, not worthy. It was the Hall of Fame induction, where a lot of towns have Hall of Fame, but it's strictly sports oriented. This is really a larger scope, and I've been to several inductions before for many reasons, and at that time I didn't feel worthy, but I'm so honored by it, and seeing the groups and the talents from every facet of life is in there. It's a real tribute to the Alumni Association for honoring what people have done in the past and what they're continuing doing for their community. So I'm really honored by it.
Yeah, when we talk about the Hall of Fame and that Chelmsford has an Alumni Association, outside of Chelmsford, some people think it's crazy. We think it's unique and special. Like, when you're talking about the Alumni Association, like, how do other people feel about it?
You know, it's once you start talking about the Alumni Association and what they do for kids, people go, oh, wow, they don't realize the big impact and the amount of money they get. I think it's $63,000 or $55,000 last year in scholarships, because as we know, it's not getting any cheaper for colleges. It's not. And then at the same time, you can have a tremendous resource for kids to be mentored by people who've been through it already. As in kids in high school right now think they're the first ones going through, they're not. And what a way to look back and say, wow, if this organization was around when I was around, I probably wouldn't have gone that extra semester in school trying to figure out exactly what I want to do and how. Somebody would give me the path, and I think that's the really benefit of alumni.
Thank you very much. It was a great time to talk to you, and keep up the great work at the high school.
I love it here. Thanks for having me.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck. Thanks.